Because Yahushua was prophesying here in this verse as to what would be occurring and what we should be looking for in these last days.
Matthew 24, verses 5 through 14. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahushua, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Let's read verse 5 again right quick.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahushua.
Many gonna come in my name and say, I am the Messiah. Come on.
And shall deceive many.
And deceive many. So when did this happen? When? Because this has already happened. Many shall come in my name and deceive many. Who is that? Who is the many, and who specifically are we talking about? We've been talking about him all day. Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia. Am I saying his name right? Borgia. Caesar Borgia. Right? That is the who's coming to deceive many, saying that he is the Messiah, and the many would be the entire Edomite race. Verse 6.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
This is what Yahushua is prophesying that will happen in the last days. You're going to hear wars and rumors of war. There's going to be a false Messiah. Now you're going to hear wars and rumors of wars. Come on.
See that you be not troubled.
And don't be troubled. Come on.
For all these things must come to pass.
Come on.
But the end is not
But
yet.
the end is not yet. When you see them coming and saying that I am the Christ or I am the Messiah, when you hear wars and rumors of war, don't be troubled, because these things got to happen, but the end is not yet. So he goes on further. Come on.
Matthew 24 and 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
You got to see this. Nation is going to rise against nation. Read.
And kingdom against kingdom.
And there will be kingdoms against kingdom. Read.
And there shall be famines.
Read that again.
And there shall be famines.
And there shall be famines. We have not as of yet seen that. There has not as of yet been a world famine. There's been famines in certain areas, in certain regions, certain lands, in other countries, but there has never been a famine in America. Or there has never been a worldwide famine. So we still have to see a worldwide famine according to Yahushua's prophecy. Come on.
And there shall be famines and pestilences.
This is the state, the part that we at now. Pestilences. This is not necessarily in chronological order. Give me the definition of pestilence, Let's get the definition of pestilence. Let's see here. So we haven't seen famine, but we are now entering into the pestilence stage. Let's get the...
Y'all ready?
We're ready.
A contagious or infectious epidemic.
Read it again.
A contagious or infectious epidemic.
An epidemic, come on.
Disease that is virulent and devastating. Especially bubonic plague.
Bubonic plague.
Number 2 is something that is destructive or pernicious. I'll pour this pestilence into his ear.
Okay. So we are in the stage of pestilence. Yahushua said it was going to come. Remember, we still have to go through famine. There's going to be a worldwide pestilence, and there's going to be worldwide famine. Get your rice and beans up.
Right.
Stack up. Get your top ramen. Get your ramen noodles.
Get the cup. You better get the square.
Get the cups.
And I say, forget the cup. You better get the square.
Get the squares. Listen, we laughing and joking about it. We serious. Store you up some seeds too.
Right, I got the seeds.
Next to me, so I got plenty of seeds.
But if you got seeds, you need bullets, because somebody coming for your garden. It's worldwide famine. These are things that's going to happen while we're yet here. We ain't in no wilderness. We ain't been rescued. We are going through this here. pestilence, and famine. What else did he say is going to happen?
Famines and pestilence. Pestilences and earthquakes.
Earthquakes
in diverse places.
In various diverse places. I mean, you don't normally see an earthquake here. This is what's going to happen. There's normally not they're not prepared. Like California got earthquake apartments and buildings. You know, they used to tremors and earthquakes and stuff like that. Perhaps New York is not. So there's going to be very diverse and diverse places that you're going to see earthquakes in. Come on.
All these things are the beginning of sorrow.
Read it again.
Matthew 24:8. All these things.
All of everything that I said prior to what I'm saying in verse 8, come on.
Are the beginning of sorrows.
This is just the beginning of sorrows. The pestilence, the famine, and the earthquakes in various different places are just only the beginning. It's not the end. It's the beginning. Verse 9.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted.
Read it again.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted.
They're going to deliver you up to be afflicted. Come on. Why? Come on.
And shall kill you.
And they're going to kill you. Now you're really scared now.
Yeah.
Come on.
And you shall be hated of all nations.
And you're going to be hated of all nations, which we are. Come on.
For my name's sake.
For the name of Yahweh, you're going to be hated of all nations. This is what our Savior is telling us what's going to happen. You got to be able to battle. You got to be able to fight. And you got to be able to stand to enter in the straight gate. Come on.
And then shall many be offended.
Many gonna be offended. I mean, this is your brother. It's not talking about other nations on this part, verse 10. Come on.
And then shall many be offended.
Many of your brethren, I mean fellow Israelites who don't believe, is going to be offended in you. Come on.
And shall betray one another.
And they're going to betray you. Just like we see all of these Israelite brothers bickering back and forth. I'm not arguing with not them. One of them. Come on.
And shall hate one another.
And shall hate one another. Your own brothers. Hate one another. Come on.
And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Come on.
And because iniquity shall abound.
And because sin won't stop. That's what iniquity shall abound mean. Sin, because the Israelites will not stop sinning. That's why, guess what? We on the street teaching. When people act like they, okay, I'll just keep going. Okay, but yeah, like Deacon Keefer said earlier, I wish I could get that flyer back off him. Yeah, just leave them Negroes alone. You must be part of the 2/3. You might be. We out here for people that's gonna come to Yah. We don't care about the ones that don't. If you don't, keep it moving. Keep it moving. And we did our job. Keep it moving. Come on.
And because iniquity shall abound,
people won't stop sinning. Come on.
The love of many shall wax cold.
The love of many is going to wax cold, meaning you will not find hardly a brother that's going to be able to love one another. Want to love one another. Come on.
When he that shall endure unto the end,
but he that endures to the end,
the same shall be saved.
That's the one that's going to receive salvation. That's the one that's going to receive salvation. Come on.
And this is the gospel of the kingdom. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come.
And then the end is going to come. See, when we get to this part, Christianity just enters your whole corpuscle of your brain. Because Christianity is a hell of a drug. Just enter right in. Let's read 14 again.
Matthew 24:14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come.
For a witness to all nations, meaning they're wherever the Israelites are, the gospel of the good news is going to be preached into every nation. into every nation. Not to every nation, not to other nations, but the nation that the Israelites are in. All right. And now you have that the ability to do that with the World Wide Web.
Right.
You have the ability to do that.
Right.
All right. All right. Give me Romans the 13th chapter. Because everything we're going through and everything we're going to go through is the plan of the Most High. And we are all in His hands. We are all predestinated to be here at a particular time. Let's go to Romans the 13th chapter regarding the plague and the pestilence and the things that are coming upon the earth.
Verse 1.
Start at verse 1. I'm sorry, I thought I said verse 1.
The book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher power. For there is no power but of Yah.
Come on.
The powers that be are ordained of Yah.
The powers that be are ordained of Yah. So this is the two-edged sword that I want to talk about. This is the two-edged sword that I want to talk about. Read it again. Let every soul, come on.
Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. For there is no power but of Yah.
There's no power but of Yah. He is in control of everything. Yah is in control of everything, and we must be subject to Him. We must be subject to what His will is and what He is doing. This is the double-edged sword right here. Yes, we live in under these commandments and keeping these commandments, but yes, we have to go through this famine. We have to go through this plague. A double-edged sword. Come on. Verse 2.
Whosoever therefore resisted the power,
come on,
resisted the ordinance of Yah.
Read.
And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
If you resist these laws, statutes, commandments, you receive yourself damnation. This plague is real. It's a true plague. And let me tell you something. He using the white man to set this plague forth. And I'm going to prove it too. I'm going to prove it in this lesson that the white man is the damn devil that the Bible speaks of. And he set this plague on the earth. And y'all used him to do it. Verse 3.
For the rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil.
Come on.
Wilt thou then be afraid of the power?
Read.
Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same.
Read verse 4.
For he is a minister of Yah to thee for good.
He's a minister of Yah to thee for good. That sword that's coming is a minister of Yah. Yah did this. That plague that's coming that Yahweh was prophesying about, that's of Yah. Come on.
But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid.
Be afraid. Why?
For he beareth not the sword in vain.
Because he bear not the sword in vain is coming. And if you're not living righteously, that sword is coming for you. And if you're not making yourself aware, that sword is coming for you. Come on.
For he is a minister of Yah, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil.
Verse 5.
Wherefore ye must needs to be subject, not only for wrath, but also for conscience sake.
For conscience sake. Submit. For conscience sake. You don't believe that Yah is doing this work around the earth and using the so-called white man to do it? Give me Isaiah 45 and 7. Yes. Yah put this plague on the world.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes, he did. COVID-19 comes from Yah. And he used the so-called white man to put it on the earth. I'm going to prove that to you in this lesson.
Isaiah 45 verse 7. I formed the light.
Yah says, I formed the light.
And create the darkness.
I created the darkness.
I make peace.
I make peace.
And create evil.
And I create evil. Is this plague an evil thing on earth? Yah said, I create evil. I did this. Come on.
I, the Most High,
Come on.
do all these things.
I do everything that you see. There's nothing that I don't have control of. It's not the devil. It's not a spiritual demon named Satan just running rampant all over the earth, and y'all can't control him. No, that's not what's happening. Y'all been watching too many movies.
Right.
There's a right hand side and a left hand side, and Yah says, I create light and I create darkness. They counteract with each other. It's a balance here. I create goodness and I created evil to accomplish the things that I wanted to do. It is a what? Two-edged sword.
Yeah.
It's a two-edged sword. Do we got the, let's get the article on the law review. Did you get that one?
Yeah.
Watch this. I want y'all to see something. I'm going to prove it to you.
Which one? The last one?
The law review.
Foundation.
No, not the foundation.
Coronavirus.
The law review.
Yeah, I got it.
You got lawreview.com?
Yeah.
Okay. Article Coronavirus Innovation Guideposts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coronavirus Innovation Guidepost on the eve of the COVID-19 pandemic. This is Thursday, July 30th, 2020.
I highlighted the parts I wanted you to read this alone. It's a big article. Is it highlighted?
I can't tell so far.
Is it highlighted? No? It should have been highlighted from the beginning.
No.
Okay, well, let's just read. Let's read. I'll tell you what.
Thursday, July 30th, 2020. On December 12th, 2019, an outbreak of a severe pneumonia broke out in Wuhan, China. The causative agent of the outbreak was determined to be a coronavirus, an envelope-positive and single-stranded RNA virus that infects vertebrates. The newly discovered coronavirus belongs to the severe acute respiratory syndrome-related coronavirus, or SARS-CoV-1 species. The new infectious respiratory syndrome is now known as the coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19. Since the declaration of a public health emergency on February 4th, 2020, the FDA has authorized the emergency use of about 100 SARS-CoV-2 molecular diagnostic tests for use under certain conditions. 37 molecular laboratory developed tests for detection of SARS-CoV-2 that meets the specified criteria for eligibility under the umbrella emergency use authorization. 2 antigen diagnostic tests, 25 serology antibody tests, 1 in vitro diagnostic test for the management of COVID-19 patients, and 3 drug products for the treatment of COVID-19 or management of COVID patients. While currently the deadliest coronavirus infectious disease to date, with 13,132,491 people infected and 573,834 dead worldwide.
That was in July. So those numbers are far greater, far millions of times greater than this now. Come on.
COVID-19 is not the first global SARS-CoV mediated infection.
Come on.
In November 16, 2002, a severe acute respiratory syndrome caused by the SARS coronavirus emerged in Guangdong, China, and infected 8,000 people in 37 countries and killed 774 people.
So it was in 2002 when SARS happened, and this is actually coronavirus. This is this is like the coronavirus as well. SARS is like the coronavirus. This happened, and I don't need y'all to pay attention to these dates.
Yeah.
It happened in 2002. Come on.
Then in June 2012, a Middle East respiratory syndrome caused by the MERS coronavirus emerged in Saudi Arabia and infected 2,494 people and killed 858 people. The causative agent of COVID-19, SARS-CoV-2, is only moderately similar to SARS-CoV-1 and MERS-CoV. Since COVID-19 is not the first exposure to the deadliness of the SARS-CoV infection, and in light of the rapidity with which diagnostic tests and drug products were approved for emergency use, this article explored prior research and innovation in SARS-CoV-mediated coronavirus diagnostic and therapies through patenting.
Through what?
Patenting. Patenting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Goodness.
Patenting trends.
Patenting trends prior to the current COVID-19 pandemic.
Prior to the COVID-19 pandemic. So that means they had patents. Someone invented COVID-19. This is what the article is saying. This is in the law review. So they already had patents for it. So it had already been invented. So this just come up out of the earth somewhere, and people start getting sick. Somebody released this.
Yeah.
We want you to jump down now. Jump down to SARS-gov global epidemic of 2002.
Spurred innovations. Among the 599.
Down. System worldwide, COVID, SARS, keep going. SARS, COVID, global epidemic of 2002. Yeah, spurred innovations. You're right.
Yeah.
You was right.
Okay. SARS-CoV global epidemic of 2002 spurred innovation. Among the 599 U.S. patent publications, 287 were issued patents and 312 published applications. Figure 1 illustrates the annual distribution of these U.S. patent publications. The data shows that patent related to coronavirus has been published since at least 1975. However, this number only started to increase after the first SARS-CoV outbreak, and the rise has continued to this day. Among the 287 issued patents, only 55 patents were specifically drawn to SARS-CoV, MERS-CoV, human coronavirus, NL63, or COV-HKUL. These data suggest that previous SARS-CoV outbreaks spurred innovations related to the prevention, treatment, diagnosis, protection from or alleviation of the symptoms of COVID-19. Early SARS.
Yeah.
Early SARS-CoV patents. U.S. patent number 7,129,042, issued in 2006 and was filed on November 3rd, 2003. The 042
What
patent.
date was it?
November 3rd, 2003. The 042 patent is directed to compositions and methods for detecting the presence of SARS, coronavirus proteins, or genomic RNA in a sample, and for screening anti-SARS coronavirus agents and vaccines.
They had the vaccines too. In 2003, they released the virus, and they already had been working on the vaccine since 2003. They are lying. The white man is the devil. I keep telling you, he's the devil.
Right. That's how they got it out in 2 months.
Come on.
The claims were broadly written, and an illustrative claim recites a method for detecting the presence of severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus.
So the method that they used to go up in your nose and detect, remember they kept saying they had to develop this. They had already developed it in 2003. They already had the method to detect the coronavirus. Come on.
A method for detecting the presence of severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus, or SARS coronavirus in a sample comprising providing a sample and cells chosen from human embryonic kidney 293, HEC 293T, go through all that, and primary rhesus monkey kidney cells, inoculating said cells with said sample to produce inoculated cells and detecting the presence of said SARS coronavirus in said inoculated cells, wherein said detecting comprises detecting the presence of SARS coronavirus subgenomic RNA.
Okay, let's go down. Let's drop down to. It's a huge article with a lot of information.
I need that article.
Let's drop down to. Keep going to. Or a pharmaceutically accepted salt thereof. You see it right up under the last image.
Yeah. Okay. Or a pharmaceutically accepted salt thereof, the method of claim 1, wherein the coronavirus infection is caused by a coronavirus virus selected from SARS MERS 229E, NL63, OC43, and H1KU1.
I think you got another image on there. You got to go down further because there's several images on there.
What is that?
It's another patent note in the U.S. patent. I think that was it. You just passed that. Keep going up. Another patent note in U.S. patent number 7. You don't see it?
Innovation continues.
You don't see it? Here. Just read that in red. Now, that's going to be in the end of the article.
Another patent of note is U.S. patent number 7,504,382,000 that was filed on May 6, 2004 and claims priority to a provisional application filed on May 6, 2003.
It was filed. When was it filed?
May 6, 2003. The patent claims are directed to inhibitors of SARS-CoV and coronaviruses or picoronaviruses, proteases, and their use for the treatment of amelioration. For the treatment of amelioration.
They already have. They have the cure. They have the cure. Come on. So all these people died for nothing. Come on.
And their use for the treatment of, or amelioration of diseases caused by coronavirus, SARS-CoV, or picoronaviruses. The search of the patent literature also identified patents directed to compounds for the treatment of SARS coronavirus infectious and include U.S. patent number 7,504,382, 10,246,486, 7,605,135.
These are all the strands, the different strands that they have.
8,481,571, 10,143,709, 9,975,885, and 10,307,439. And U.S. patent publication numbers 2019 0285 63211, 2019 03144978, 2019 0336 45681, 2019 03379.
These are all the strands that they have in the coronavirus. You see how many it is? So many different strands.
8181 and 2019 038 9816.
That's it. Was that it?
Yeah.
All right. So the coronavirus has already been here, brothers and sisters. Already been here. The white man had already designed it. He already built it up. He had it lying in wait and waiting. Then he released it. But guess what? He already created a cure for it, just like he did with the AIDS. Same thing.
Right.
Same thing. It's a double-edged sword, but Yah uses him for Israel to wake Israel up. Yah uses this monster. He uses him. Give me Amos 3 and 6, brother.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 6.
We're going down to 7. Chapter 3, verses 6 and 7.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Come on.
Shall there be evil in the city,
Shall there be evil in the city?
and the Most High have not done it?
And the Most High haven't done it.
Surely the Most High Yah will do nothing,
Uh-huh.
but he revealed his secret unto his servants,
He revealed his secrets to his servants,
the prophets.
the prophets. When there's something going down, the prophets of Israel know what's shaking. We know what's happening. Give me Jeremiah 28 and 8. This is the reason why we know what's happening. He revealed it to us because this is the reason why he must reveal it to us.
Jeremiah 28 verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries.
Against many countries, that's what a prophet does. A prophet, guess what, Mr. and Mrs. Christian? A prophet is not supposed to be standing up there telling us you got to have enough faith and enough offering to get you a brand new car. Put your hands on the TV if you want to be healed. That's not what prophets do. That's not what they do. Let's read what a true prophet does. Come on.
Jeremiah 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many
We
countries
prophesy against countries. Come on.
and against great kingdoms
And against great kingdoms. Come on.
war
We prophesy against war. Come on.
and of evil
And of evil deeds that's done upon the earth by the white man. Come on.
and of pestilence.
And of pestilence. We prophesy of them coming. We prophesy of why they are coming. And we prophesy what you need to do to get yourself free from it. That's what a true prophet does. Ezekiel 12 and 14. Read on down to verse 16.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 12, verse 14 through 16. And I will scatter toward every wind all that are about him to help him, and all his bands. And I will draw out the sword after them.
I will draw off the sword, meaning I will draw out that pestilence, or I will draw out that evil. Come on.
And they shall know that I am powerful,
And when I draw it out, they're going to know that I am the Most High Yah. Come on.
when I shall scatter them among the nations,
Come on. And he did scatter us. Come on.
and disperse them in the country.
And he did disperse us in countries. Read.
But I will leave a few men of them from the
I
sword,
will leave a few men of them left alone. I won't let the pestilence touch a few men of them. Come on.
from the famine and from the pestilence.
From the famine and from the pestilence. I won't let these men be touched.
That they may declare all their abominations among the heathen.
Read it again.
That they may declare all their abominations among the heathen.
So we might declare all the abominations among the heathens. Prophesy against the heathens.
Whether they come,
Uh-huh.
and they shall know that I am the Most High.
And they shall know that I am the Most High. How you gonna prophesy against heathens? You got them in your camp. There are heathens in your camp. How you gonna prophesy against them? We second answer 7 and 6. We get there.
Second Esdras 7 verse 6.
through 14.
2nd Ezra 7 verse 6 through 14. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The interest thereof is narrow.
So the interest of the city is narrow.
And is set in a dangerous place to fall.
And it's set in a dangerous place to fall. This is a similitude. This is a similitude. Come on.
Like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water.
And deep water on the left. But it's a very narrow space. But it's a broad inheritance or broad land or broad city there. But it's only a narrow place to get to this beautiful, huge, beautiful city. Come on.
And one only path between them both.
And it's only one path between the fire and the water. It's only one path. Come on.
Even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be but one man go there at once.
Only one person at a time can pass through. Come on.
If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
If we don't get beyond the pestilence, if we don't get beyond the hating one another, if we don't get beyond the brothers giving up another brother or sister giving up another sister, we don't get beyond that, how are we going to receive the inheritance? How are we going to receive it? We won't. You must enter or battle to fight at the straight gate. Come on.
And I said, it is so, master. Then said he unto me,
watch this.
Even so also is Israel's portion.
This is just like Israel's portion. It's the same. It's the same as Israel's portion. This is Israel's inheritance. So now you know what the similitude was about. That great city that was in that place is the kingdom of heaven. And there's fire on this side and water on this side, and that narrow pathway is the way the Israelites must go. It's the way of the law that you must go to get to this city or to the kingdom of heaven. Read.
Because for their sakes I made the world.
Because for their sakes I made the world. So that big city that he was talking about was actually the whole world. You're going to get the whole world, but there's a certain way you got to go to get to it or to achieve it. Come on.
Because for their sakes I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done.
With sin. When Adam's transgressed, sin came in, man fell. And that's why we're in the state or the low state that we're in right now. Come on.
Then were the interests of this world made narrow.
Then the entrance of the world that is to come made narrow. Come on.
Full of sorrow and travail.
Full of sorrow and travail. There's a hard way to go to get the kingdom of heaven. Come on.
They are but few and evil.
There are but few and evil. Come on.
Full of perils. And very painful.
What verse you at?
13.
13. Read on.
For the entrances of the elder world were wide and sure, and brought immortal fruit. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them.
They can never receive the precious things. If you're not willing to go through, then you can never receive the precious, the kingdom of heaven that is rightfully yours. Let's drop down to 57. 57 through 63.
2nd Ezra 7, 57 through 63. Then answered he me and said, This is the condition of the battle.
This is the condition of the battle. Come on.
Each man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
I set the condition of the battle, and every man that want to gain the kingdom of heaven must prepare himself to fight. Come on.
That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory,
come on,
he shall receive the thing that I say.
He's going to receive the kingdom of heaven. Read.
For this is the life whereof Moses spoke unto the people while he lived, saying, choose thee life, that thou mayest live.
Choose these laws so you can live. Choose these laws so you can live. That's what choosing life is. Choose these laws so you can live. Come on.
Nevertheless, they believed not him,
They didn't believe him.
nor yet the prophets after him.
Come on.
No, nor me, which have spoken unto them.
Read.
That there should not be such heaviness in their destruction as shall be joy over them that are persuaded to salvation.
Read on.
I answered then and said, I know, Master,
Watch this.
that the Most High is called merciful, and that he have mercy upon them which are not yet come into the world.
Meaning us. This prophet is praying for us. He said, I know, Master, that we sin and our forefathers sin. He said, but I pray for those that haven't even entered into the world yet. Come on.
And upon those also that turn to his law.
And those that has repented and came back to the Most High's laws. Read Luke 13 and 23. That's heavy stuff right there. If we wasn't even the Most High, aren't you glad that Brother Ezra's prayed for you?
Yeah.
You ain't even came into the world, he prayed for you. He said, I know we messed up, Father, but I'm praying for the ones that ain't even got here yet. The ones that's messed up, they gone, they lost. But the ones that's coming, I'm praying for them.
Still probably went through forwards, man. You know what I'm saying? You want Luke?
Luke 13 and 23.
Yes,
23 and 24.
The book of Luke, chapter 13, verses 23 and 24. Then said one unto him, Master, are there few that be saved? And he said unto them, strive to enter in at the strait gate.
Strive to enter in at the strait gate. You got to strive for this. They was asking him, Master, because of his teaching. He said, Master, who can be saved then? I mean, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? What I mean? Is there just going to be a few of us that's going to be delivered out into the new kingdom? He says, strive to enter in at the strait gate. Come on.
For many, I say unto you,
Come on.
will seek to enter in,
Many will seek to enter in. Come
and
on.
shall not be
And
able.
they not going to be able. Many. He said many. He didn't say few going to seek to get in. He said many. Is that you? Are you the many or are you the few? Everybody got to start checking themselves, you know. Matthew 7 and 13.
The book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 13. Enter ye in at the strait gate.
Enter ye in at the strait gate. Come on.
For wide is the gate,
Wide is the gate.
and broad is the way,
Broad is the way. Come
and
on.
leadeth to
To
destruction.
lead to destruction.
And many there be which go in thereat.
And there's many that go. Now we know that the many that couldn't make it because you want to go into the broad way. You want to go into the broad way. Somebody tell you to keep the Passover, and you want to say, I don't think we ought to be keeping it over here. You want to go you want to do your own thing. The Most High said he created the earth in 7 days. 6 days he put in work, and the 7th day he rested and commanded the 7th day to be the Sabbath. And you want to say, I think it's not a full day. That's your broad way. People say you ought to be we say you ought to be gathering on the Shabbat, and you say, I think I just need to stay home. That's your broad way. That's your broad way. And it's many that's at that broad way. It's many. But they're not entering in. They're not entering into this kingdom. I come here and teach every week with my heart and my mind and purpose in my heart and my mind to help my people gain the kingdom. That's my purpose for being here. But people don't want the narrow way. They want the broad way. They want the I can do whatever I want to do way and not Yah's way.
Relying on their own understanding.
Where we at?
We had verse 40. You want me to do 14?
Yes.
Because straight is the gate,
Straight is the gate.
and narrow is the way,
Narrow is the way.
which leadeth unto life.
This is the way to lead to life.
And few there be that find it.
And it's few just find this way. It's few because they don't want to follow the Bible. Want to go get something else instead of the Bible. Somebody say something, get the Bible. As I say this all the time, we be on the street and I be saying, I be like the Bible. The Bible, but it's written by man. Tell me what book is not written by man. Please, somebody show me, because I want to see this book. Every book on earth is written by a man or a woman. Every book. It's crazy. That's written by man. But what book is that written by man? This is amazing. This is the only time they ever say that.
Yeah.
That it was written by man.
Yeah.
Well, you got all kind of college books that's written by man. And you believe it. Just go on and believe it. I'm studying for whatever you're studying for. You believe what's in that book, right? You don't question it. But when it comes to the Bible, I don't believe that. It's crazy.
You're so right.
It's insane. Let's get the other article. The white man is the devil. You don't want to hear it. I say the white man is the devil. Ooh, don't say that. Don't say the white man is the devil. He is. The other article. Because we did the one with the coronavirus. We did it about the vaccine. Now we're moving on to cryptocurrency systems. Using your body for currency. Or as currency.
I spell crypto.
Cryptocurrency is CRYPTO currency. CURRENCY.
This next article is Bill Gates Foundation's COVID-19 vaccine is a satanic plot, says Oscar winner Lucas Cassioli, May 4th, 2020. Microsoft's recent patent for a human-powered crypto mining system based on sensors that convert physical or mental activity into computer power has generated a lot of interest and captured the imagination of the public. But perhaps some are looking at it a little too closely. Nikita Mikhailov, the Oscar-winning Russian director, recently unleashed his own conspiracy theory after taking a closer look at the patent number for Microsoft's crypto mining system, WO2020
Watch this.
060606, appearing
2020 666. That is the patent number on the Bill Gates cryptocurrency application and the patent number for it.
Appearing on an episode of Masagan TV, Mikhailov was adamant that the patent is the first step in a satanic plan to microchip the entire global population, and it was clear to him by the appearance of the devil's number 666 in the patent application. On the program, Mikhailov was quoted, "The 060606 or 666 part is somewhat alarming. You probably understand this, right? Is this a coincidence or an intentional selection of such a symbol, which in the Apocalypse of John is called the number of the beast, the 666 Mikhailkov's revelation? Bill Gates and his foundation have been popping up regularly in the media since the coronavirus pandemic began, determined to help the world by developing and distributing vaccines to the global population. In a blog post on April 30th, Bill Gates wrote, "We need to manufacture at least 7 billion doses of the vaccine," he said. "The vaccines should be distributed as as soon as the first batch is ready to go.
Can anybody say nanotechnology?
Right. It's,
While Gates has been commended by most for his proactive efforts, McKillicove has claimed that the coming COVID-19 vaccination distributed by the Bill Gates Foundation will be a Trojan horse for a microchip in an insidious scheme to enslave the world. The Academy Award-winning director has even named Herman Graf, the head of Russian bank Sberbank, as a co-conspirator. While McKillikove's conspiracy seems outlandish, it's convincing enough for former tennis champion and now Russian politician Murat Safin, who has shown support for the director's theory. It is unclear what part McKillikove believes the sensor-based cryptocurrency mining system developed by Microsoft will play in the satanic conspiracy beyond its curious filing number. As the project makes no mention of microchips, the patent was also published in the United States under the far less sinister number US 20-200-097-951. Bill Gates predicts coronavirus 5 years ago.
Was that it?
yeah.
No, that was all. All right. So there you have it. They've been preparing themselves for this right here. They've been preparing themselves for this right here. Your job, and I've been saying it, having our aunt for weeks now, for us to prepare ourselves.
Yeah.
Prepare ourselves. You can't go home no more and not think about this stuff.
Right.
You have to get your bins together. Get your stuff together and start putting you some dry goods in there. Put some stuff away. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to warn you.
Hey, on the side note, those of y'all who may smoke marijuana or whatever, y'all better cut that shit out, man. Cut that shit out. Labs ain't going. Labs ain't going. I want to say something else, but that's okay. I want to say something else. We'll talk.
No. So, I'm not talking about put you, you know what I'm saying, store you up some weed. I ain't saying that. Store you up some
No, we not definitely gonna say that.
Store up your liquor. You know what I'm saying? No, ain't nobody saying. I'm saying store you some stuff for you and your family to be able to survive the impending danger that's coming. This stuff is real. That's why we read these articles. We're not making this stuff up. This is not my article. We go and get true sources. This is not from blogs and from conspiracy theory blogs and stuff. This is real, vetted articles that we go and get this information and we present it to the family so you guys can understand. This is what's happening. This is what's happening in the world. This is what's happening in the world. You know what I'm saying? So we got to prepare ourselves. Prepare not only our minds, but we got to prepare ourselves around what we need in our homes and different things that we need to help us survive. All right?
We still haven't gone through the famine yet.
I didn't go through the famine?
No, I said.
Oh, no, we haven't.
We haven't gone through it.
We haven't. So you got to figure out what you're going to do. Because if you got you that nice little pretty beautiful garden, you're going to have to need something to help defend. You think people ain't going to come in your garden? And they hungry? Yeah, they coming.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say. Thinking about inside things.
Yeah.
Things on the inside that you can do.
Yeah, that you can grow in your house.
Right, that's true.
It's kind of like my marijuana quote where, you know what I'm saying? Where, that's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
All them habits, I didn't mean for nobody that's smoking marijuana. You got to drop them habits.
Yeah, drop them habits.
This is the time to be dropping off as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So you have a clear mind.
Yeah. So let me get Revelations. I'm almost done. Because I want to go through the 666 right there. I know I've done this before, but it's good to do it again because everybody has to know. Everybody has to know what it is you're looking at, so you won't lose sight. You won't lose sight. Revelations 13, Start at verse 16 and 18.
Revelation 13, 16 through 18. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
So let's deal with that. The mark that's in their forehead. Let's deal with that. Give me Isaiah 8:16. Because there's two different forms. There's two different forms of this mark. But we want to see both of them. It's one that you do yourself or you produce yourself. That's the first we're going to read. And then the second one is the one that Yah gives you. That Yah gives you. So let's do that one first. Isaiah 8:16.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 16. Bind up the testimony.
Bind up the testimony.
Seal the law among my disciples.
Do it. Say it again.
Seal the law among my disciples.
And seal the law among my disciples. Meaning, teach them the law. Bring them the understanding of the law. This is what you, by studying or by listening, by hearing the teacher, by going over the word of Yah. This is how you seal it. This is how you seal it among the disciples. That's the first thing. Now give me Revelation 7:4. That's the first seal I'm talking about. The second seal I want to talk about is right here in verse 4.
Revelation 7, verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed.
I heard the number of them which were sealed.
And there were sealed 144,000.
So he sealed 144,000. That is a second sealing. First sealing is the one that you go and you get an understanding of the prophets and the laws, and you gain an understanding from that. That's the first seal he's talking about. The second seal is how the Most High will seal. The Most High will seal in Revelation 7:4. Two different types of marks, two different types of sealings. A spiritual seal. All right, and let's go down to 17.
Revelation 7 and 17.
No, Revelation 13 and 17. Or let's start at 16 again. I'm sorry. We're just going to read 16 through 18.
Revelation 13, 16 through 18. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
To receive a mark. Come on.
Or in their foreheads.
So we're talking about two different things, a physical mark and a spiritual mark. We went over the spiritual mark with Isaiah 8:16 and Revelation 7:4. The physical mark here, the Hebrew word for the word mark is karma. It's kargma. Kargma. Kragmah. Karma. It's Strong's G5482. It means to stamp. It means to be a badge or of servitude. It's a figure or a statue or a graven mark.
And that was Strong's what again?
Strong's G5482.
Okay.
Verse 17.
Revelation 13 and 17. And that no man might buy or sell.
With this karma, no man can buy or sell. Come on.
Save he that had the mark.
That had the stamp. Save he that had the stamp, the mark. Come on.
Or the name of the beast.
Or the name of the beast that's in the stamp. Come on.
Or the number of his name.
Or the number of his name that's in the stamp. Come on.
Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast.
Count the number of the beast. Read.
For it is the number of a man.
It is a man's number. A particular group of people. It is the number of a man. It is the number of a man. Not one man, but a group of men. A group of men. Come on.
And his number is 600, 60.
Come on.
And 6.
666. 6. Give me Revelation 6 and 12.
Book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 12. And it reads, And I beheld, when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood.
So he opened up the sixth seal, and what happened? The opening of the sixth seal is the opening that brought about nuclear war. The opening of the sixth seal brought about nuclear war. Why am I saying it brought nuclear war? Read verse 12 again. You can read it and see that this is a nuclear explosion. Read it again.
And I beheld, when he had opened the sixth seal.
He opened up the sixth seal, what happened?
And lo, there was a great earthquake.
There was a great earthquake. Come on.
And the sun became black as sackcloth of hair.
From ashes, and from, what do you call that that's in the sky? From an explosion. Fallout. From nuclear fallout. Come on.
And the moon became as blood.
And the moon became as blood. It changed the actual atmosphere, or in the air, or you seen the nuclear fallout in front of the sun and in front of the moon. This is the opening of the sixth seal. The opening of the sixth seal. All right, give me Revelations 9, 13 through 14. The opening of the sixth seal is nuclear war.
Revelations 9, 13 and 14. And the sixth angel sounded.
The sixth angel sounded. The sixth angel sounded. Come on.
And I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar,
Come on.
which is before Yah.
So the sixth angel sounded. The sixth angel sounded after the opening of the sixth seal. The opening of the sixth seal. The opening of the sixth seal. I'm sorry. Before the opening of the sixth seal. It's not a chronological order. I'm sorry. The sixth angel sounded. Then the opening of the sixth seal was opened, and that was the nuclear holocaust. Read on.
Saying to the sixth angel.
He's saying to the sixth angel what?
Which had the trumpet. Loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
Loose the four angels that are bound in the great river Euphrates. So you have the sixth seal, you have the sixth angel blowing the sixth trumpet, and you have the sixth angel all culminating to one thing. A nuclear holocaust event started by the white man, the devil, which is the 666 number that the Bible is speaking of. You have the sixth seal, you have the sixth angel, you have the sixth trumpet. All are signs added up to one man, and his biblical name is Esau, and who is the father of the Edomites, of the so-called white man today. All right. For Israel, we must repent. We must battle the fight to enter in at the straight gate. The stage is set, and the time is now. So come on home back to Yah and keep His commandments. All right. With that being said, we hope that you can glean for the lesson. We hope you enjoyed our lesson. So like it, share it. Go on YouTube, follow us on YouTube. That being said, say hallelujah. Shabbat shalom.